Yeah. I mean, yes and no. There's two different ends of it. To answer a little bit of your question, the now average home buyer in age is upwards of 38 years old. And so, yeah, that does hurt. And that kind of goes into a lot of different things. That goes into, our birth rate and that kind of thing, and that how that's lowering. All of those things are a part of this is hurting our overall. I guess I would start from the family dynamic in unit, honestly, is just the standpoint of, and the reason why that is primarily is because incomes and salaries have not grown at the same pace and level as home prices. Yep. And so what somebody could have afforded 30, 40 years ago, where the boomers and the silent generation and all of them, they were buying homes. We in my generation, we can't do that. I'm a beneficiary of my grandmother purchasing my wife and I a home at 20 years old, and I am begging other parents and grandparents to do the same thing.
Get off the sidelines.
Literally, please. That is the way in which we can help this next generation, is utilizing some of that equity that, maybe I don't know whether it is or isn't your retirement or whatever the case may be, but you're sitting on a lot of equity from the home that you bought at $200,000 that now is upwards of $1 million.
Right.
That your grandchild, you know what I'm saying, or your son or your daughter, in order for them to get even going at starting something similar to that, they need help.
Yeah.
And so, it definitely has been impacted. Within that, though, however, what I would always say to somebody is to, number one, start smaller sooner.
Yeah.
And to don't wait to buy real estate. You buy real estate and you wait. Those concepts, though, are ones in which you have to tailor your expectations of what you once thought that you wanted. So somebody who, even here in Metro Atlanta, 5-6 years ago, before everybody moved here, 7 years ago, or whatever the case may be, late 2018, 2019, Phil, I'm sure even in your home, in our beautiful, loving area of Milton, Georgia, that same home that that you live in today is a way different price in 2019. Yeah. Within that, what I'm saying is, if you thought that at one point you could afford, a $400,000 home or $500,000 home, that probably is now a $300,000 or $400,000 home, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's more so about, hey, this is what I can do. Yep. But if you keep kicking the can, okay, it'll turn around. I'm waiting for rates to come down. Do understand that there are another 100,000 to 500,000 new buyers that come into the market in nationwide after every half percentage point that the interest rates go down.
Oh, interesting.
So if you could think about 10 basis points, another 100,000 buyers are into the market.
Okay.
Within that, you have to understand that then increases your competition that just much more. Yeah. That then raises that price of that home that much more. Yep. That's the reason why I feel like it's an absolute flaw to consider or think about 50-year mortgages, because they're going to be. I'm being serious here, but
I hear you.
They're going to. It's going to have the inverse effect.
It will. Yeah.
That $600,000 home that a 30-year mortgage will be, guarantee you, a $800,000 home at a 50-year mortgage. So now we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. We're not even really helping. And on top of that, too, it's just you're paying that much more in interest per year. But nonetheless, I would say, kind of roughly, to go back to your point, it has to be a hit on tailoring your expectations in the right place in an area. So yeah, maybe if it was, I want a yard in a backyard in Alpharetta at this price, okay. Yep. Well, maybe it might be that I have to be in Roswell or Cumming in a townhome, you know what I'm saying, to start, in order to then be able to grow into something else, and have some but the best thing that I would tell people is hey, you got to start early, man. If you got anything, mom, dad, grandma, grandmother, grandfather, grandparents, rich aunt, rich uncle, hey, can you help me put a down payment on a house in which something that I could be able to afford?
Yeah.
At 21. Phil, what I hope that, you know what I'm saying, we're still connected when your daughters, you know what I'm saying, the one who's in high school,
Yeah.
hey, wherever she goes to school, let's think about something there. Wherever, once she's get done with school, let's think about something there. Because if you don't start her off early, who knows what we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, at a certain point. And if you push it off on just to her, she's got to figure it out on her own. She might be that same 38, 40-year-old person who's like, I've never bought a home before. I don't have any equity of my own. I then have no wealth growth, you know, and so on and so forth. And that is a big gap. That 18 years from 22 to 40, in which you don't acquire any real estate or you don't acquire any real wealth building assets.
Yep.
That's a big problem. That's a big problem.